How's it guys, and welcome back to another video, and welcome back to Greg Dennis Reviews. Today I'm back in China again, and I'm here with BYD. I mean, look what I'm surrounded by. I've got cars that hop, that have got a top speed of 394 kilometers an hour. I've got cars that can float under emergencies down there. We've got things like that, the Atto 1 coming to South Africa. Look at this lineup from BYD. Now in this video, we're gonna look at all of these cars, probably in a little bit more detail. We're gonna drive them, we're gonna learn how they get made, and a whole bunch more. So you don't wanna miss this one. Let's get into it. Now before we get started, don't forget to go check out changecars.co.za, a proud supporter of Greg Dennis Reviews, where you're able to go and get yourself your very own BYD. Go check out changecars.co.za, South Africa's safest online platform to buy and sell new cars. Go check them out. Okay, let's get to the video. So we're now at the BYD headquarters, and they're telling us a little bit more about BYD, the history, how much they earn. I mean, it's nuts, guys, check here. So this is the amount of money that BYD has earned annually going up to 2024. I mean, look where they've gone. I mean, this is in the billions and millions, right? 2024, $7.7 billion in revenue. And then looking into their history, you can see this is where they started in '94, developing batteries for cell phones and those sorts of devices, to eventually producing their very first car, the F3, which they sold 10,000 units in like the first 2 months. So I mean, that was already showing success. Developing whole different cars, buses, introducing new models, the Yang Wang, and all of those. I mean, you can see here, bringing it into 2023. And now we're in 2024 with BYD developing their 10 millionth new energy vehicle off the production line. But what's more incredible than that number is that in 2022, they developed their 3 millionth vehicle, but 2 years later, they developed 10. So 7 million vehicles between these 2 years, and only 3 from there backwards. That just shows you how their research, development, and manufacturing processes have increased to be more efficient. I mean, they're producing cars on an astronomical level. That's really, really nuts. And the way that they can do that, and talking more about their research and development, are their patents. Because on this wall that I'm looking at over here, behind you, is just an example of the amount of patents that they have for their company. I mean, they're producing 45 patents on average every single day. So this wall over here is just a drop in the ocean of the amount of ideas and bits of research and technology that they're trying to patent. I mean, that's just I can't even fathom that number. And then taking a little bit more of a deeper look under the skin of the vehicles, and I literally mean under the skin, because here you can see they've given us examples of what these chassis and platforms look like. Now what you're looking at here is an example of what is in that U9, which is the almost all-electric supercar. I mean, this thing has got like a top speed of just under 400 kilometers per hour. I mean, look at that, 0 to 100 in 2.3 seconds, which has also been equipped with that long blade battery model. Now they've got a really cool battery system, the blade battery, which if it gets damaged, it doesn't actually catch on fire. So you can press things through it and you can get in accidents, and it doesn't actually burst like other EVs possibly might. And then taking a look at the various different drivetrains that we've got here. So this is what you would find in the U8. So this is that vehicle that can potentially float. So what also helps with that is that it's also got independent motors on each wheel, allowing all of these motors to drive independently. So you can also do tank turns, or you can swivel on the spot. There are other manufacturers that have done it, but I think that they were the first to develop it, but others have launched it. So it's still cool that they possibly pioneered that sort of technology. And then looking at some of the available chassis and drivetrains here. So this is the one that they're calling the high efficiency one. So this is a plug-in, or this is more like a hybrid model. So you can see the fuel tank and that sort of thing. It's also front wheel drive. So that's going to give you more fuel efficiency. You're then moving on to this one over here, which is going to be a full intelligent four-wheel drive system. So this is more based on performance. So this is going to be in your more performance models, as you can see in the back there. So this is DMP, so P for performance. And then you've got the DMI, which is more for your intelligent driving and your more efficient driving systems. It's quite cool to see the things we don't normally get to see in cars. So when you lift up that shell and look underneath, this is pretty much what's underneath all of that. And then you can't forget about that world-class suspension technology that they've also got. Now, this is that technology that's in that U9 supercar. But this, as you can see here, is where it's able to even shoot the car up to bounce off the road while it's driving. So you can also control each wheel independently. It uses hydraulic systems, so not specifically air. So even if you lose a front wheel like that, it's able to keep the car completely steady and stable by allowing the other wheels to kind of perform independently to keep the car flat. So much to learn, but such cool stuff here at BYD. And now it's time to look at the cars, one of the more exciting reasons why we came here. Now, not a lot of them are going to be coming to South Africa, maybe one or two just for show purposes, but it's still cool to look at the technology that's gone into this, as well as the comfort. I mean, let's first start off with the Denza D9. So this is the Denza D9, the best-selling MPV in China. Yeah, BYD sells the best-selling MPV in China, and I can see why. I mean, this is a seriously good-looking car. You've got this massive grille design up front here. You've got these really cool-looking daytime running lights that go from all the way from the top down to the bottom here. And then around the back, you're going to find a very squared or futuristic-looking design here with a massive LED light bar going across there. And here you can see the badging. So this is the Denza, it's the D9, and it's the DMI all-wheel drive. So that's talking more about what's powering this car, because underneath the bonnet underneath the bonnet and as well as underneath the car here, you're going to find a plug-in hybrid system which is able to give you around 1,100 kilometers of range. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. You can probably go down to Cape Town with one or two more charges in between, but you'll be able to get there on a full tank of fuel at least. Now, this is also capable of about 40 kilometers of pure electric range as well, which is quite impressive. So you don't always have to be using your precious fuel. Now, I'm going to start off by looking at the inside in front, because it's more special in the back. But starting up front here, I mean, this whole car is just luxurious. From this Alcantara feeling headliner to this full, I don't think it's real leather, but this kind of, guys, I wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. But they're heated, ventilated, massaging, huge amounts of storage over here, really nice feeling materials. This car feels luxury. It feels very, very premium. You've got a heads-up display, a full digital display for the driver, a very big infotainment over here as well, a crystal-style gear selector, and a lot of shortcut buttons, including one for the volume, which we always love. Wireless phone charging, lots of storage, but also a screen for your passenger in front here, which I'm going to assume is everything that you can spec additionally, as well as, look at that, a monitor for the rear view camera. But this is where the magic happens, because through these power opening doors, you're going to find essentially lazy boys. Now, these are also fully electronically adjustable. You've got built-in 50-watt wireless chargers. You've got actual screens built into the seats here, which you can see here. You're able to control your audio, your seats, your fan speed, the sunroof up top there, the lighting, and all of that. You can even close the doors from that control as well. But now I've just locked myself out and I need to go back in to show you. So once you are sitting inside here, you're going to find a full monitor for yourself. You've also got an airline style tray because you're sitting in first class, as well as a little fridge. Look at that. Now this is the way to be traveling long distances. And you can also, if I get the right adjustments over here, go full out if you're wanting to. Oh, this is comfort, guys. This is the best. I can get used to traveling like this on a long road trip. I just need to find a driver. Head down to the comments. Who wants to drive me to Cape Town? And then there's this, probably one of my favorite cars that I'm seeing here, which is the Wang U8. Now this is a luxury premium SUV that can literally go anywhere. Now I say that it can go anywhere because this car can float on water. So if you ever get stuck in a situation where you are off-roading and the water's too deep and you feel like you're going to get bogged or it's going to get lifted up, that's not the case here. This car is so tight and so waterproof that you can literally float on water, and the wheels will help you turn and navigate as you need to. Yes, a car can literally float on water like you see on TV. It's a real thing. And not only is its floating abilities really impressive, but so are its stats too, because this is a plug-in hybrid system that can put out 880 kilowatts and over 1200 Newton meters of torque. Yeah, from this mammoth of an SUV, that is seriously impressive. But I love the way that this has been designed. I love the big boxiness of it. It's bold, it's aggressive. You've got this huge front end over here with these daytime running lights that are kind of blended into the big grille. It is so cool. I mean, those are going to be your headlights down over here, but this is all just aesthetic daytime running lights. I love that. You're also going to find these huge 22-inch wheels, which you'd never say were 22-inch wheels, would you? I didn't think so either. At the top here, you've got also this, all of your sensors for the LiDAR technology in order to help you drive safely in terms of your lane systems, and the car also being able to drive on its own. I mean, that's technology that's so common in China now. That's what all of those sensors are for. And here you've also got E4, so that means that you've got electronic four-wheel drive, because each wheel has got its own motor, so it can drive independently forward or backwards. So yes, this can also do a tank turn and turn on the spot in a 360. That is very, very cool. And then taking a look at the back here, the LED lighting design is just as impressive as what it is in the front here. I mean, check this thing out. Lights for days back here. More storage in the back here, but that's going to be for the big 22-inch wheel. Well, I hope so. I haven't opened it, but I would guess that that's what's back there. And as you can see, this is the U8. And then taking a look at this interior, brace yourselves, because this thing is beautiful. Look at this. Even the contrast of this peanut butter interior with the black outside, this thing is gorgeous. Screens for your drivers, OLED screen in the center here, which, you know, you're going to be able to do your settings for the car, view your cameras, Apple CarPlay, all that stuff. Unfortunately, no separated climate control, which we always don't like, but you've got two 50-watt wireless chargers, storage underneath here as well, which I'm assuming is going to be a fridge or something down there too. And a really nice looking steering wheel, all the buttons, knobs, dials. This is the detail that we like. Modern cars are also going more and more away from buttons, so when we see them again, we get very excited. You'll see that it's also got a big display for the driver over there as well. But just look at the detailing and the stitching. This Alcantara material that runs on a huge headliner over here. Massive panoramic sunroof, heated, ventilated, massaging, electronically adjustable. It's got everything, but it's also going to cost you everything, which I'll talk about now. But in the back, you've also got legroom for days, very plush carpet, USBs, your own little digital climate control, monitors for your drivers. Again, lots of light from the sunroof. Also electronically adjustable, heated, ventilated, everything that you need. All the detailing from the front comes to the back. You're going to feel very well looked after as a passenger here. And then taking a look in the back here, this massive boot. Again, all of the premiumness carries through here with your Alcantara and all the detailing as well. They haven't forgotten about that. And this huge space in the rear where you can also adjust the seats by the buttons, all electronically adjustable, and some power sockets in case you need to power anything from back here too. And then the pricing. Well, it's hard to say because we don't know if this is going to come to South Africa. It probably won't, but who knows, they might surprise us. But it's probably going to be in the region of like 3 to 4 million rand, which might sound crazy, but that's the price of a Range Rover Autobiography, which is very similar, just as luxurious, just as premium, all the off-road credentials, everything that you need. But this just could be a little bit more capable and go further than that Range Rover. So from a pricing point of view, it might be on par with that segment, but head down to the comments, tell me, would you get that Range Rover or this seriously good looking Wang U8? And then there's the BYD Seal, which we do get in South Africa with 390 kilowatts and 670 Newton meters of torque. Pure electric car from BYD that we get in our country. So yes, this one is there and you can buy it. It's going to cost you from around, I think, 1.2 million rand. I absolutely love this color, and also the contrast with this red LED lighting at the back here. This thing is so cool. Also a 2025 model as well. And I mean, I'll show you this here, but this one you can actually go to a BYD dealership to go and check out. And here you'll also just see these big screens, big infotainments. This car is very luxurious. It's very comfortable. And I think that's one of the biggest differences I've noticed with the Chinese cars with cars coming from China in South Africa is that BYD pays a lot of attention on their build quality and quality of materials used. So if you get into a BYD, you will notice a dramatic difference compared to its competitors in South Africa. So yeah, this BYD Seal, you can actually go and see in South Africa, so go check them out. I mean, if you want to buy one, also go buy it at changecars.co.za. And then the Denza B5, and this is actually coming to South Africa. Now this is pretty impressive because here you've got a plug-in hybrid system, which is a 1.5 litre 4-cylinder, putting out, listen to this, 505 kilowatts and 760 Newton meters of torque, and a 0 to 100 of 4.8 seconds. It's luxurious. I mean, I can't even explain to you how well this car looks inside, how well built things are. It looks extremely comfortable. I cannot wait to drive it, which I'm pretty sure we'll do in the next day or so. But I mean, look at the technology inside here. Look at the layout of this car here. Again, looking very much like the Shark interior because it's part of the same BYD family. But this is highly impressive. Look at all those off-road features and the things that you can see there. Loads of space in the rear here as well. Look at that legroom. And the seating and the quilting. This car is very impressive, and I don't know what pricing is going to be like either, but I'm pretty sure if you've got your eye on the likes of a Defender or even the Prado, which really no one can get now because of there not being really any available, then you might want to consider something like this. Very different, a lot of power, and as the Chinese like to do, they flex with the badging at the back here because, again, that's the speed. 0 to 100 in 4.8 seconds for this big plug-in hybrid SUV from BYD called the Denza B5. And when it comes to producing all of these cars, they've got a very closed ecosystem when it comes to this. Like, they're a private company. Whatever they build is for their cars. They very rarely get parts from outside to bring in. So they produce up to like 95% of the vehicle themselves without needing to rely on other people. Like, the stuff that they do get from other suppliers would be like tires and glass and things like that. Oh, so what about seat belts? No, they make the seat belts too. So I mean, that gives you an example. Like, they make each and every component, all the electronics, the programs, the hardware, like I said, the software, the parts. They do everything themselves in-house, even from semiconductors. Remember, there was a huge shortage of semiconductors at one point. That didn't really bother them because they made everything themselves. They even started to provide them to other suppliers who were running short on them. So it just shows you these guys are such a giant in this space when it comes to just not even just cars, but from an electronics research, even battery development point of view. It's blowing my mind. And it goes to show that their roots are in research, development, and manufacturing from a tech point of view. I mean, as you can see here, BYD Electronics, you can see 1G, the voice error, they were there. The text error, they were there. Photos, video, internet. I mean, they were part of the pioneers of this sort of technology. And when it comes to cars, it's just about upscaling that technology and the effort that's put in. And then those cell phone batteries become car batteries. And then you're sitting with these huge chunks of battery and lithium ion cells and all of that here. It's no wonder that they're selling as many vehicles as what they are. And when I say they manufacture everything internally, I mean it, because that goes from every electronic device, every small little component, including things like the speakers, the drivetrains, the axles, the steering racks, the brakes, the lighting systems, the grills, everything that you can think of, they're making in-house. Okay, they're now putting a show on for us with the different cars, starting with the Wang U8. Check this out. One more jump. Wow. And then to quickly talk about that recharging technology that they're all about. So here on display, we've got a BYD that's busy charging, but they're showcasing the double plug technology. So that's literally what it means. So as you'll see over here, it's double plugging. So you got one charger on one side another charger on the other side, feeding double the amount of power into this car. So I mean, the role here and the objective is to essentially charge the car as quickly as what you'd be able to put fuel into your normal petrol car. That's how quick charging is going to be. So this is now essentially being able to put 1,000 kilowatts of power into this battery. Now the fastest charging we've got in South Africa is around probably 150 to 200 kilowatt hours. This is pumping 1,000, and above a certain percentage that changes. So as we saw now, it was pumping over 700 kilowatts already, which is just a stupid number to even think of. But that being the goal of charging it as quick as what you can put fuel in. Will essentially now give you about 2 kilometers of range for every second of charging that you're putting into the car. Now that's some serious technology. Not that we'll be able to see your experience in South Africa, but I don't know, maybe one day.
One day later.
Okay, so today is the day that we're spending time getting to understand how they actually make their BYDs. So we're at their facilities over here. I don't know how to pronounce the name, so I'm not going to say it. We've traveled from Shenzhen to get here, about a 2.5-hour flight, and this is the district where they essentially build all of the cars, which is it's so mind-blowing. Now these facilities are so big, they're bigger than Johannesburg. Yeah, 31,000 hectares big. That is how big this huge production facility is for BYD. Now we're looking at different parts and sections of it. We've just been through the welding kind of department or section. We're then going to go into like assembly. We're going to see how everything's made from top to bottom, or from front to end, however you want to think about it. But some interesting facts which we found out inside, because I can't actually show you anything, unfortunately. Now some interesting facts, because I need to tell you this, I can't show you a lot of it. Unfortunately, I can't film inside. They get a new car off the production line every 45 seconds. There's a new BYD that rolls off. Think about how quick that is. And something else, the amount of time it takes them to build one BYD, between half an hour to an hour to build one complete car. So from all the different sides that it travels to, half an hour to an hour to build one car. So now we've learned about where BYD came from, we've learned about their history, we've learned about their sales, we've learned about their models. Now, we've seen how they get built. But the best part that's coming up next, now we get to drive them. Let's go. Okay, so today is the day we finally get behind the wheel of the cars and drive them. And we're doing that here at the brand new, and I say brand new because this is brand new, BYD circuit. It's essentially their really cool test circuits where you can drive the cars, drift them, race them, go off-road, test inclines on sand, and a whole bunch of cool stuff. But we're actually the very first media in the world to ever actually try this place out. Now let's go take a look inside and see what they've got to offer. Okay, so this is Greg from the future. Now, if you watch the rest of the video, you'll know exactly where I am and what I'm doing. But I'm letting you know that I'm going to be doing a giveaway in this video. That's because I appreciate you guys for watching, and I know I get a lot of cool stuff when I do these launches, so I thought that I'd give some of them away to you guys. So I've got a really cool BYD white backpack that I'm going to be giving away to one of you guys. All I need you to do is please head down to the comments and tell me which was your favorite BYD that you saw in this entire video. I want to know. Let me know more than once. It's going to give yourself more entries into the competition. And to also qualify for the competition, you need to have liked this video as well as be a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And hey, if you want any extra votes too, then show me that you also follow me on social media. That's it. Enjoy the rest. And here on the inside, they are going to be launching a few cars as well, because some markets are going to be getting some new cars like the Denza B5 and the Denza B8, which we'll be able to show you once they unwrap them. But check out how cool these facilities are. Top class, world class, and some really cool cars on show here too. So this is the Denza Z9 GT. So, I mean, don't know a lot about it. I still probably never see the light of day in South Africa, but it's pretty cool. Now, what I have been able to maybe is to kind of work out by myself is that this is based off of an E3 platform. So this should be the 3, meaning a tri-motor. So it must be pretty quick. So it's either going to have 2 motors at the back, 1 in the front, or vice versa. But here on the inside, check how cool this is. Screens everywhere, very luxurious, very premium, double sunroof. The quality and premium feel of these interiors from BYD is incredible. Now I say Denza because Denza is part of BYD, so that's why it is here. It's kind of one of their more luxurious, sportier brands. Okay, we're now at the test track and it's time to get behind the wheel of the cars. I don't know what we're going to do first, but I'm excited because I can see the track, I can see where we're going to be drifting, I can see the Gymkhana. It's a whole bunch of fun coming up. Oh, can't wait for it. So the first test we're going to see here is how well the suspensions cope when your tire bursts while you're driving at high speeds. So the car's not going to lose control. It uses like a hydraulic suspension setup, kind of like I showed you at the beginning of the video. So as soon as that happens, the suspension locks up and everything stays completely steady and stable, continuing you to drive forward without having to kind of swerve or lose any sort of control. Now the second one you're about to see here is the autonomous emergency braking. So this is where the car is going to pick up an object in the road and slow down automatically. Okay. Now, while the first one doesn't look that impressive, which we weren't really blown away by, the second one was quite cool because a car drove in front of the other car and then immediately pulled out the lane, not allowing the car behind him to see what was in front. And by doing that, the car picked up that there was an object and slowed down in those milliseconds. I mean, this is the controlled environment, so it's not going to be as fast and hectic, but it still showcases that the technology works. And next, they're showing us on the truck there how powerful that DMO platform is. So that's the all-wheel or four-wheel drive plug-in hybrid drivetrain that's now being able to tow an 11-ton truck. That's a lot of power. And now we've got Wang U9s busy drifting around the Wang U8 that's busy doing a tank turn. So they weren't moving at ridiculous speeds, but it was still cool to see how composed even that U8 can be. I mean, I've never seen a tank turn that slow. We've seen the G-Wagon do a tank turn, but that thing just blisteringly goes through its tires, but not as controlled as that. That's quite impressive. Okay, so now it's time to go and check out that huge sand incline, but taking into account how high it is, I think I'll be taking the lift. Okay, we've made it to the top and I haven't looked down there yet, so we're gonna look together. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Look, I mean, you obviously aren't gonna see it like I do, but this is ridiculous. And it properly mimics dunes, like especially for the guys from the UAE. I mean, this is right up their alley. This is so cool. It's time for a driver briefing. Okay guys, it's time to go racing. Balaclava first. Okay, we're going to be driving them or we're doing a bank heist. Either way, I'm stoked. Okay, helmets on and I'm ready to race. And we're getting into one of these. There we go. This is exciting. I'm almost ready to go do my 2 laps around the circuits. It's a bit of a tight squeeze in here because I don't have a lot of space above my head, but this is exciting. So this is the Han L, and I'll put all the power figures on screen for you guys to look at, but I think that it's packing some serious power. So let's see how this thing handles on track, and I'll try and get as much footage as I can for you in a limited time that I've got available. Let's do this. Also forgetting that I'm driving on the left-hand side of the car. Used to got a little bit of practice when I was in Morocco. Oh, this is so cool. Oof. The power is instant. I just got to remember the track layout. So the blue cones mean brake.
Okay, bro. Brake.
Hug the inside cone. This is so disorientating being on the other side of the car. The way that you can gauge the space around your car is so difficult. But it's fun. Just hoping we can send it now. Does pick up speed quickly. So this is the biggest straight that we're going to be working with here. Not going to brake like he does. Now I'm going to try and stay close to him as possible. And all done. I'd say that felt quite fun and exhilarating, but it didn't sound like it. Only because it's an electric car, which is always the sad part, but you've got to appreciate the technology and all that stuff that goes into this. So that was pretty cool. Taking on a bit of a race circuit here in China. Bucket list tick maybe? I'd say so. So they've switched over the lead car for the riding here to the Wang U8, this 960 kilowatts, 1,600 Newton meter beast. How cool is this thing? I definitely want to go for a drive in their shotgun. Hopefully I can, so hang on for a little bit longer because I need to get into that car to go for a drive. Oof, look at this thing. Absolutely stunning. Okay, cool, we are finally getting to experience the drifting. So we're going to be having some fun on the skid pan. We're first going to go take a little bit of a test drive with them so they can tell us exactly how to do it, how to swing the car and hold it. So yeah, a little bit of practice and then we're going to get into it.
Woo! Yes!
It's tough. Okay, so the drifting is done. Now that didn't really go to plan. That was actually a lot tougher than what I thought it was going to be. I'm literally not going to make up excuses, but that didn't go as I'd planned it to go. It was still really fun to try that, and even just to overspin and to overcorrect and to have to fix it. It was still a lot of fun to drive. Okay, this is the run that counts.
Little brake. Go.
You're always going this thing now.
Oh! Yes.
Okay, good job. Go back.
Oh, it's not the quickest time, but we'll see. Okay, not too bad, 17. Happy with that. Okay, I'll figure it out.
1, 2.
1, 2.
Hey.
Okay. Door opens for me. Okay, so if you're now wondering why I'm at a swimming pool, it's not to freshen off, but it's to actually
Let's go.
take the car for a bit of a dip. Let's go for a swim in a car. Again, something I've never done in a car before.
So, if the vehicle detects the water actually deeper than 1 meter, it will automatically go into the emergency floating mode.
Okay.
The wheel cannot touch the ground.
Oh, look, the car's going under.
So at this moment, the window just raising and the sunroof just closing, like opening. It's for escape.
So it realizes
Stand
that
up.
you're now
Stand up.
floating, so now you can go to the sunroof. Check this out. We're literally floating, guys.
Yeah, it's floating. It's a boat. So right now
I'm in a
you
boat.
can see
This is absolutely crazy, guys.
you may notice
Look at that.
the water is really
So it's got a waterproofing of IP68, so nothing's going to get inside here. Okay, here we go. This is the car slowly starting to get deeper and deeper and deeper. Wheels under. Bonnet's almost all the way under. That is so cool. And again, this isn't a really cool show-off feature. This is for safety purposes. So I've got a little bit of an exclusive drive here. So this is the Sea Lion 5 that's coming to South Africa. Now, this is going to be the cheapest plug-in hybrid that you'll be able to buy in the country. So you're looking at 145 kilowatts, 300 Newton meters of torque, and probably priced just over the R500,000 Rand mark. Now, this is essentially going to be the cheapest when it does come out. And I think that that's pretty impressive. You can see BYD, they're working damn hard for their piece of the pie in South Africa, and I think that it shows. And their products are also incredible. So I mean, you can see from the outside this car looks good. It's got some really nice design cues. It's not outrageously in your face, but I think from a car that looks nice and new and modern, I think that the C Line 5 is going to do some really good things in SA when it launches. Okay, another exclusive drive, and this time I am in the BYD Atto 1. Some of you might know it as the Dolphin Mini, but this is going to be coming to South Africa. It's going to be priced at, listen to this, just under 400,000 Rand. 400,000 Rand for a brand new car in South Africa. Now, when you drive this and you feel how it drives, the quality of materials, the screens, the technology, and all of that, you're kind of asking yourself, why is it that cheap? And the answer is because BYD just wants people to drive their cars. So it's that simple. But another really good stature is that you can get, they've claimed, around 300 kilometers of range. There's going to be different range variants you can buy. But I mean, to fill that up, that's going to fill up at around 100 Rand for a full recharge. Now that could equate to about 4.5 liters of fuel for that same 100 Rand, which might only get you about 50 kilometers of range. So you do the comparison. This is quite compelling. And now we're on to doing some 4x4ing. So we're going to be doing this in the Denza B5 and the Denza B8. Those ones that I showed you that were kind of revealed to the markets earlier on in the video. So now we're going to be taking them off-road to test out, you know, the normal, the suspension, a little bit of weighting depth, the articulation, how's the wheel travel, the balance, the comfort, all that sort of stuff. It's very controlled off-roading environment, so aren't really going to be stress testing them, but still being able to see some of their cool features. Okay, so I thought it would be fitting to finish this video on the inside of my favorite car that I spent some time with and kind of got to know more of during my time here in China, the Wang U8, the floating car. Very cool. Now, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you learned a whole bunch more about BYD, and more specifically where they came from, their technology, their development, their cars, and all of that stuff. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun couple days, so I appreciate you guys and your time that you took to watch the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy it, please really drop a like below. And if you want to see more videos like this, where I travel to different countries, as well as normal car reviews, then please subscribe. And until then, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.